Stop begging for money, my brother said at Thanksgiving. Everyone stayed quiet. I smiled, canceled all 5 payments I'd made for him every month. His phone wouldn't stop buzzing. My brother said it at Thanksgiving with a plate of turkey in front of him and his phone beside his elbow. Stop begging for money. Stop begging for money. The room went completely quiet. My mom stopped cutting her turkey. My dad stared at his plate. My sister suddenly became interested in her glass of water. I put my fork down. I'm sorry? My brother, Chris, leaned back. You heard me. Every time we talk, you bring up money. I'm tired of it. I almost laughed. For 14 months, I had been sending Chris 5 separate payments every month. His car payment, his rent, his insurance, his phone bill, and a credit card payment he had promised to handle himself. 5 payments every month. I had never asked him for the money back. Not once. Chris had lost his job after his company downsized. He told me he was embarrassed and needed help until he got back on his feet. I believed him, so I helped. The first month, I sent him $800. The next month, he asked for more. Then came the screenshots. Can you cover this one? I'm short this month, just until I find something. Eventually, I set up automatic payments because it was easier than waiting for him to ask. Nobody at Thanksgiving knew how much I was doing. At least I thought nobody knew. Chris looked around the table. I'm an adult. I don't need my little brother constantly reminding me that he helps me. I looked at Mom. She wouldn't meet my eyes. Dad cleared his throat. Maybe everyone should just calm down. I nodded. Okay. Chris smirked. That was when I realized something. He genuinely thought I was going to keep paying. I picked up my fork again. Okay, I repeated. The conversation slowly restarted. My aunt asked about dessert. My sister talked about her kids. Dad turned on the football game. Chris kept eating like nothing had happened. I didn't say another word. When I got home, I opened my banking app. 5 recurring payments. I canceled every one. Car payment, canceled. Rent, canceled. Insurance, canceled. Phone, canceled. Credit card, canceled. I stared at the screen for a few seconds, then I closed the app. The next morning, my phone rang at 7:30. Chris. I let it go to voicemail. He called again, then came a text. Hey, did something happen with the payments? I didn't answer. Another message came 30 seconds later. My rent payment didn't go through. I put my phone face down. A few minutes later, it started buzzing again. Car payment, insurance, phone bill, credit card. 5 notifications in less than 10 minutes. Then Chris called again. I answered. What? What did you do? Say, I stopped paying your bills. You can't just do that. Quote, I can. You said you'd help me. I did. For how long? You never gave me a date. Silence. Then his voice changed. You're really going to screw me over because of one stupid comment? No. I paused. You screwed yourself over when you told me to stop begging for money. He started yelling. I held the phone away from my ear. When he finally stopped, I said, you wanted to be treated like an adult. Now you are. Then I hung up. For the next week, my family called constantly. Mom said Chris was panicking. Dad said I was being harsh. My sister said I should at least give him another month. I asked one question every time. Why? Nobody had an answer. Then Chris showed up at my house. He stood on my porch with his hands in his jacket pockets. You're really doing this? Yes. I thought family helped each other. We do. Then help me. I already did. Quote, he stared at me. You know what your problem is? He said, you keep score. I almost smiled. No, Chris. I keep receipts. His face changed. I had saved every payment confirmation, every text where he asked for money, every message promising he would pay me back. I never sent any of it to the family. I didn't need to. 3 days later, Mom called. Her voice was different. Chris told us you were only paying a couple of his bills. I wasn't. I know. She went quiet. Your dad found the bank statements. I leaned back. How much did he see? All of it. Nobody spoke for several seconds. Then Mom whispered, why didn't you tell us? Because I wasn't helping him so everyone could applaud me. She started crying. I didn't say anything. That Sunday, my parents called everyone over. Chris showed up late. Dad put a folder on the table. Chris looked at it. Then he looked at me. What is that? Dad opened the folder. 14 months of payments. 5 every month. Thousands of dollars. Chris's face went pale. Mom didn't defend him. My sister didn't either. Nobody raised their voice. Dad simply said, you owe your brother an apology. Chris looked at me. For once, he had nothing to say. I stood up, grabbed my jacket, and walked toward the door. My phone buzzed in my pocket. Another automatic payment reminder. Except this time, it wasn't mine. It was Chris's. I looked at the screen, turned it off, and walked out. I hadn't taken anything from him. I had only stopped giving him what he thought he was entitled to.